Alright, guys, welcome to the first episode of our Cultaholic Patreon, Discord, TEW universe playthrough, I guess. I am the general manager of Cult Wrestling Promotions, is the company that is presenting Podcast Championship Wrestling each week at Friday. Well, on Friday. So we're here in TEW. For those of you who don't know anything about TEW, I'm going to go over some of the basic stuff. I don't know how in depth I'll get into explaining like the in depth like ways how the game works, but I'm sure it's not that hard to figure out. If you just watch, I'm sure you'll figure some stuff out. So we had our draft on Sunday, and our rosters have been decided. I actually, a lot of the stuff, so you guys submitted wrestlers to the document, into the database, and from there I translated those into TEW, and then, so when you start a new game, you have this option, it's called variants. So when you put them into the game, their stats are randomized a certain amount. So who knows who is going to be good, who is going to be bad. And if we look at the roster, we can go ahead and look at that. We have Adam Aust, Arbor, Christopher Matthews, Dick Tubbs is one of our Cultaholic guys. We have 4 of them who are like our announcers, referees. Dick Tubbs is a road agent here. We have Duke Hunter, El Blanco, Frank. I don't know how you're supposed to say his name. I'm sorry if I pronounce people's names wrong. You can yell at me and I'll try to correct it for the next episode. We have Gag Mongoose, who I have to say is seeming like a fan favorite of some people. Yeah, Gag Mongoose. Whoever submitted Gag Mongoose actually made this picture, I'm pretty sure, custom made, so that's nice. The pictures, some of them are custom made. Duke Hunter made a character in one of the 2K games, and he gave it to me to put in as his character picture. Some of the people, Gag Mongoose has made his picture. But other people's pictures, I kind of just had to choose from like some of the default ones I found. Some of the default pictures I found, I tried to make them match up as best as I can. But if you really, really, really dislike your picture of your character, you can tell me and I will change it up. Obviously, Dick Tubbs, Jennifer, Matthew, and Matthew. I don't know how to say his name, and it's sad because I watch the video podcast every week, and I still can't say his name for some reason. I'm sorry for that. Jack has his picture. I think I took his Twitter profile picture is what I did for him. But yeah, let's keep going with the roster. We have Helena Hurt, Jason Thane. This is just a character for my user character. He doesn't actually do anything. He's just there as like the user character who owns the company. We have KM Oak, Lauren, Nate Skinner, Psycho Sydney, Sean Fleming, the Baby Boomer, who is interesting. The Dragon, the Hood, the Man with the Plan, Mr. Craig, the Thunderstorm, and Tim Hero. I'm not sure if this recording is going to pick up the Discord notification I just got, but if it is, just ignore that. Yeah, so these are all of the wrestlers we are going to be working with on Fridays nights at Podcast Championship Wrestling. The pushes, you'll see that Adam Aust is a main eventer. These pushes are randomly assigned based on their skills and their popularity. They're based on that, and they randomly assign them. So we'll see. This isn't like permanent. If Adam Moss isn't working as a main eventer, we'll demote him, and if someone else who isn't a main eventer is better, we'll obviously promote them. We can actually filter this and we can show them off by their push. We can see who our main eventers are. We have Adam Ost, Helena Hurt, Lauren, and Sean Fleming. Our initial main eventers. Interesting. It's interesting that 2 out of like only 3 women in my roster are main eventers. Upper mid-carders, we have Arbor, Frank Mueller, Nate Skinner, the man with the plan, Mr. Craig. Mid-card, we have Duke Hunter, El Blanco, Gag Mongoose, Jason Thane, Psycho Sydney, the Baby Boomer, and Tim Hero. Let's see here. Oh wait, why did I exit out? I don't know. That was mid-carders. Lower mid-carders, we have Christopher Matthews, the Dragon, and the Hood. Openers, we have KM Oak and the Thunderstorm. I don't think we have any enhancement talent. Oh, my character, but he's not actually going to be doing anything. But then we have women's division and occasional wrestlers, which we don't have any of, because we don't have any women's division because we're going to be having intergender matches. We don't have, for one thing, we don't have enough women to do different divisions, but yeah. Let's see some other stuff that we have here. Storylines, we're not going to have any storylines week 1. Week 1's going to be like a setup show. We're going to crown some champions. We're going to introduce some people, but storylines we'll have some interesting storylines starting week 2. We'll start developing those, and yeah. We don't have any stables right now. Teams, we do have a team. We have the Best Match Machines, Christopher Matthews, and Frank Mueller. They are the here they are. Their finisher is the Best Finisher, so it's good for them. And we are going to introduce our title belts. We have the Cultaholic Video Podcast World Title that will be crowned on this show. The World Submission Championship, which obviously, as the name would imply, each match will be a submission match. You can only win it by submission. We also have the Ultra Violence Tag Team Championship. So the idea behind this title is that it is a tag team title, but every match for the title, not every match in the division, but every match for the title will be some kind of hardcore stipulation match. So that's very exciting. Let's see here. We have our announcers. We have Jack the Jobber and Matthew the Botchamania guy. Did I mean to set them at 100? I'm not sure if I did, but if I didn't, I'll change that at some point. We have Creative Meeting, which will show us who are different categories of people. Basically tells us what like creative thinks of them. We have Backstage, Medical, all this stuff. It's kind of important, but not really. Broadcasting, we have a company that broadcasts. I think we set it up as Cultaholic YouTube channel is our broadcaster. News. So if you don't know this, each day they have like a news. It's like the website. It's like a news website, and different news comes out here, and we have some news. This is an intro. It says the man with the plan, Mr. Craig, is actually a internet favorite. That's interesting, and it talks about me making the company. Apparently, the man with the plan, Mr. Craig, is paid the highest of any wrestler in the world right now. Interesting. So let's see, is there anything else that I want to show you before we actually get into the show? Because we haven't actually got to the show. It's in 4 days. I'll be advancing the days. If any interesting news stories comes up, I will record and show them to you, because sometimes the news stories are very funny, actually. There's some funny ones in here. Figurehead. We don't have a figurehead. Well, I don't think I'd actually share that with you, because it would like give out my booking plans if I told you who my figurehead was, because you would know, like, your figurehead, typically you don't beat him, so you would know that he probably wouldn't be beat. So if I had a figurehead, I probably wouldn't share it. But yeah, so we can actually go ahead and I'll be advancing the days, and I will see you when we actually start the show, or if any interesting news or anything else pops up. Yeah. let's go ahead. All right, here we are. We are at the booking screen for CWP, Cultaholic Wrestling Promotion. Or no, it's Cult Wrestling Promotion, Podcast Championship Wrestling. You can actually see this is the logo for the show, which is just a badly cropped, or badly, it had to be compressed to fit in the size that the TEW game allows, and I didn't do it very well. But it's a thumbnail from one of the older episodes of the podcast. So you'll see here that we have notable personalities. Apparently, Jennifer and Mafu are negative influences on our locker room, so that's nice. But K-Moke and the Baby Boomer are positive influences, so that's interesting. But this is the screen where I will be booking the shows. You probably won't be seeing the screen a lot. Because it would show off like the booking and whatnot. You'll be seeing the screen. Well, at this episode, obviously, you're seeing the screen, but after this episode, you'll see the screen with how the show actually goes, which you'll see in just a minute. But this is where I book the show, and I can choose where the show is located. Apparently, we are going to the Kelvin Hall in Scotland for our show today. Our company is based in Northern England, I believe is where our company is based. But yep, this is our show. So I'm going to book the show now, and then you will be back to see the results of the show. Well, this wasn't where I planned to cut to, but I forgot to see. I noticed the incident log had something in it, but I forgot to check it until I started trying to book the show, and here we go. Christopher Matthews failed to show up for a scheduled meeting with a road agent. Oh man, Christopher, what am I going to do with you? I think the proper decision here is to give him a stern warning. It is his first offense. Yeah, look, he improved his behavior. Look at that. So incidents, they happen randomly, like random things can happen. They're based on like the personalities of the different workers, and there's a wide variety of things that can happen. So yeah, let's see what here. There's an incident between the Dragon and the man with the plan, Mr. Craig. The Dragon was brought before the wrestler's court, accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up, annoying everyone. The judge, the man with the plan, Mr. Craig. Interesting that the man with the plan, Mr. Craig, is the wrestling court judge. Found him guilty and sentenced him to clean it up. Then buy drinks for everyone after the show. Okay. The Dragon improved his behavior, so that all worked out. You know, got some stern warnings in there for Matthews. Well, now we should be cutting to the actual show, hopefully, if I didn't forget anything else. Alright guys, we are back, and we are here for the first ever episode of Podcast Championship Wrestling. We are here. Our event is being held in front of 3,790 people in the Kelvin Hall in Scotland, I believe it is. And so the show is this is actually the pre-show. We had a pretty full card, a very important main card, but we have 2 pre-show matches on the card. But just because they're in the pre-show doesn't mean they aren't important at all. Don't want people to get mad at me by thinking that I don't think they're important. They're just it's a 1-hour show. There's not a lot of time on the card. I might expand the show to a 1.5-hour show after this because of me having to put people on the pre-show. I don't want people to get mad at me, like I said, for their characters. You know, the man with the plan, Mr. Craig. You know, he might get mad at me for for putting him on the pre-show. Even though Craig didn't submit this character, I think it was someone else. I don't remember who submitted it. But yeah, here we go. Our first match in a pre-show bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The man with the plan, Mr. Craig, the Thunderstorm, and Tim Hero defeated the Baby Boomer, Arbor, and Nate Skinner in 14 minutes and 55 seconds when the man with the plan, Mr. Craig, defeated Arbor by pinfall. Arbor was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. That's a shame. So Apparently, Dick Tubbs didn't do a good job as a road agent, and it showed, which is a shame. I don't know. Maybe I didn't put his stats right to make him an effective road agent. I might have to check on that after the show. Let's see here. You can actually see the performances of each character. Tim Hero had a good... Everyone had a pretty good performance. Tim Hero, 74. The Thunderstorm had 70. The Man with a Plan had 74. Nate Skinner, 73. Oh, Arbor. Yeah, Arbor did struggle here. He had a performance of 58 compared to everyone else. Baby Boomer had a 69. Let's see if there are any improvements. Oh, Tim Hero and the Baby Boomer are very much improving. So yeah, first match rating of 46 is not the best, but we'll see. Maybe it's because of it's probably because of the road agent. I don't know. I'll probably have to edit that after the show, so we'll see. Next match is a triple threat match. We have Duke Hunter versus El Blanco versus Lauren, and it's another pre-show match. In the pre-show bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Lauren defeated Duke Hunter and El Blanco. Interesting. Lauren is hoping to maybe get this win and get a shot at one of the titles. And once again, Dick Tubbs did not do a good job as a road agent. Even though Lauren actually had the worst in-ring performance of the 3 people. Apparently, I also need to make more dangerous spots for the crowd. Okay. And here we go. We are about to start the main card of the show. The first match on the card is actually a tag team match, but it is not for the Ultraviolence Tag Team Championship. It is a first round match in a 4-team tournament to determine the first ever Ultraviolence Tag Team Championship, and it is between the Dragon and the Hood versus the Best Match Machines. And the bout had great wrestling and a decent reaction. The Best Match Machines defeat the Dragon and the Hood to go on to the championship match for the Ultraviolence Tag Team Championships. Very interesting. Frank Mueller was the weak link, but you know, it's okay. Frank Mueller was off his game tonight. That's okay. It happens. But the show was off to a hot start. That's good. The match got the crowd hotter. The Hood and the Dragon did good. Frank Mueller, not so good. Christopher Matthews actually had the best performance. So that's good for him. So this is good. Everyone did pretty good here. And let's go. All right, an angle featuring El Blanco. El Blanco is cutting himself a hype promo. He didn't do well without a script to follow, though, so I guess El Blanco is not that great on the mic, maybe? We'll see. Poor guy. Not a good way to introduce yourself to the crowd. And our next match is a one-on-one match to determine the first ever submission champion of Podcast Championship Wrestling. It is between KM Oak and you will see right here KM Oak and Jason Thane. In a bout that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Jason Thane defeated KM Oak in a submission match. Jason Thane wins the World Submission Championship title. Jason Thane was visibly tiring towards the end of the match, so that's interesting. The announcing quality lifted the match. The color commentary gave the match a boost too. The crowd keeps on wanting more dangerous spots. That's okay. Both performances were really good, so that's nice. But congratulations to Jason Thane for becoming the first ever World Submission Champion. It's we'll see who his next opponent is. Perhaps KM Oak will try to come for revenge for his loss here. And here we go. This is the World Championship match for the first ever Cultaholic Video Podcast World title. I think I need to remove the title from the actual name of the title because it says title here, but This is the first episode. Things are a bit rough this episode. But we had Gag Mongoose versus Helena Hurt versus Adam Moss versus Sean Fleming. And in a bout that had great wrestling, Sean Fleming defeated Helena Hurt, Adam Moss, and Gag Mongoose. Sean Fleming is the first ever Cultaholic Video Podcast World Champion. Adam Ost was the weak link. Wow, interesting. The match got the crowd hotter. Crowd was still mad at not enough dangerous spots. But yeah, everyone had a pretty good performance. Adam Ost a little less so, but yeah, everyone had a good performance. We have a new Cultaholic Video Podcast World Champion. It'll be interesting to see where we go next week to determine who his first challenger will be. We'll go to the next. I believe there's another segment. Oh yeah, here we go. Sean Fleming is cutting a promo after his win, and he did a masterful job of improvising interactions with the crowd. He got the highest rating on the show. So yeah, so this is the end of the first episode. Next week we'll have some maybe some more interesting stuff. We'll have the start of some storylines and stuff for you guys, and yeah, I think things went pretty well for this the first round of this. Want to note that we still need more workers for the database. I think Craig reopened the form, so you guys can submit new wrestlers, and me and Oak, my rival in this battle, this is a battle, he and me are battling over to see who has the better brand. I'll probably link his channel or wherever. I don't know if he's actually doing a video yet at this point. If he is doing a video, it will have gone up by the time this video goes up, but I don't know completely what his plans are yet, but if he does post a video or whatever, his channel or whatever will be linked in the description. So yeah, it went pretty well, I think. Sean Fleming is the world champion. One thing I didn't do in this episode that I meant to was actually to go into the backstory of the different wrestlers. That's my bad. I forgot to do that. I think we'll start off next episode by going through like their backgrounds, what their gimmicks are, and stuff like that. But yeah, this has been fun. Yeah, I think everything, like I said, went well, and I will see you next Friday, I guess, for the second episode, and also the second first round match of the Ultraviolence Tag Team Championship Tournament will be next week. So that's exciting. So yeah, well, I will see you guys then.